Hey everybody, my name is Jamie and this is Texas Girl DIYs. Today's video is so super exciting because it is a Christmas in July DIY. Why? Because it gives us something to look forward to and because I've never done Christmas on my channel before, so I am very excited about this. Today's video is a Friend Friday hop hosted by my friends Trish and Kay over at the Crafting Cousins, and I'm going to link their channel in the description box down below, as well as the link to the Friend Friday hop. So when you are done with this video, go ahead, scroll on down, click on that link, and it'll bring you to the next crafter in the playlist. Okay, so let's go ahead and get crafting. For the first DIY, I'm just using these wood stems that I had picked up from Dollar Tree. And the next thing I'm going to do is that I am just picking out 3 of the wood stems that are most alike. And by most alike, I just mean by thickness and length. And once I picked out my 3 that I like the most, I just take those and I set those aside. Now going in with some of this super glue gel that I had also gotten from Dollar Tree, I am just going to go ahead and take my wood stems and apply the super glue to the 2 stems, push them together, and then equally put some glue on the top of those 2 stems and put my 3rd right there on top, and then let this sit for 10 minutes. Then after about 10 minutes, you realize that your wood pieces are still not sticking together, so just go right on in there with some hot glue for that short-term, long-term hold. The next step is using these buttons I had picked up from Dollar Tree. They come in many different shapes, colors, and sizes, and as you can see on the side of the table there, I've got a bunch of buttons sitting there trying to decide which ones I want to use. So then the next thing I do is just take some Dollar Tree jute twine, and I wrap my little bundles of wood and just go ahead and knot the bundles up together. So this is what we have here so far, and what we're making is a Christmas tree ornament. And this is my inspiration that I had seen over at Hobby Lobby. It was a Christmas tree ornament. I think they're selling them for about $3.99, and no, that's not breaking the bank, but I just thought that I could just recreate this with some things that I already had at home. So here I am just taking some Dollar Tree jute twine, wrapping it around my fingers, and making a little bow to go on top of our wood pile. So now going back to the buttons, these are the buttons that I had set aside, and I was trying to decide which ones that I wanted to use. I thought all these different sets were really cute, and I was just trying it out just to see what looked best with the colors of wood that I had. But I ended up not going with that one. I went with that one right there, and I just used a little bit of hot glue to put the smaller button on top of the bigger button, and then some more hot glue to put my bow in place, and then the buttons go on top of the bow. Now to take some more jute, slip it on through, tie it in and out, and then that way we can hang it on our tree. Now taking our ribbon from Hobby Lobby, it says $3.99 on there, but I'm pretty sure that I had gotten it for a little bit cheaper. So I just tied it into a simple little bow, and then I just used some hot glue to attach it to our loop. Now moving on to our second DIY, this is another Christmas tree ornament, and I am just going to take one of these air fresheners. They come in a 3-pack. It is from Dollar Tree, and this DIY is so super easy. So I just took one of these, and I just go ahead and gave it 3 coats of red paint. The paint I used is by Folk Art, and I think it's called Cardinal Red, I think is what it said on there. And so this is what it looks like after 1 coat of paint, and as you can see, the letters are still showing through, so I need to do 2 more. After the 3 coats of paint were completely dry, which only took a couple minutes, I just went in with this chalk craft pen from Dollar Tree, I think it was, and I decided to do a little decorating. Now, I am going to admit I did get this inspiration from Pinterest, but I couldn't help it. This was just so stinking cute, and I just love that it says naughty, nice, and then I tried. Check. So I wanted to do a stitch border because I thought that was really cute, but honestly, you could do whatever you want. This is really just to give you some great ideas. Now, I know I did not paint the backside when I was filming this video, but I promise you I did go back later on and I did a couple coats of paint on the backside, so you couldn't tell that it was an air freshener. But this is really cute. For this next DIY, I decided to go in with these kids' kitchen utensils found over in the toy section at Dollar Tree, and I decided I just wanted to use the whisk and the slotted spoon. Slotted or holy spoon, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. So then I just go in with some Waverly chalk paint in Elephant, and I did about 2 coats on both the whisk and the spoon. Now I'm saving you from having to watch me paint both the whisk and the spoon, so to speed things up, I just go ahead and show you me doing the whisk. I promise you I did the spoon too. Once the paint has been dried, I go in with some black acrylic paint. I also use the Waverly chalk paint in white and the antique wax paint by Waverly, and I use these 3 different colors. Basically, we're going to make a galvanized look on these kitchen utensils to give it more of a rustic look rather than, kids' play toys, if you know what I'm trying to say. So just taking my sponge brush, just dipping it into the paint, getting a little bit off of the work surface, and then just doing the blotting technique throughout the entire project. Once these were all done, I did take these outside and sprayed them both with some protective sealer. I can't remember what it's called, so I'll have to link that down in the description box. But, since this was plastic and I didn't want the paint peeling, just to give it that protective coat, I just went ahead and did that. So the next thing I am doing is just taking my Dollar Tree jute twine, and I'm just tying it in a knot, and then just to make my loop, because once again, these are Christmas tree ornaments, I'm just going to slide it in through the loop and then out the other side, and then it's going to go through each other, if you kind of understand what I'm trying to say here. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a bow with some ribbon that I had found over at Hobby Lobby and call it good. For this next DIY, I am just taking this adorable little bunny that I had gotten from Easter at Dollar Tree, and I'm removing the spring sign, and I'm going to set that aside for next year. Then I'm going to carefully use my box cutters and score the bunny off of the hat, and you really want to do this very slow and very careful as to not cut yourself or ruin your table or anything like that. Just keep, firmly pressing and then just scoring until you are able to get the bunny separate from the hat. Now, I'm not going to lie, this did take a little bit of time, but once you finally get it separated, you want to be able to take your box cutter and then just kind of trim off the extra stuff that might still be left on there. It's pretty easy. So then the next thing I do is I just take my sanding sponge and I just go ahead and smooth out those rough surfaces. So now going in with some black acrylic paint, I just did 1 coat on top of this hat. And what we're basically doing is we're making Frosty's hat. The next thing I do is take this 8x10 picture frame I had picked up from Dollar Tree. I'm going to go ahead and remove the backing and the glass from it, and then I'm going to take my Waverly chalk paint in white and I do 2 coats over this entire picture frame. So now while our frame is drying, I'm just going back to the hat and I'm using this buffalo check ribbon I had gotten from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to cut a chunk off of it and I'm going to place it around his hat where I want it to be, and I'm going to secure it with some hot glue on the back. So the next thing I had done was I took some extra ribbon and I made a really pretty bow. There are 3 loops on either side of this really pretty bow, and I just took some extra Dollar Tree jute twine, wrapped it around the center, and tied it into a knot. And the next thing I'm going to do is just take some hot glue and I'm going to glue it to the side of our hat. So now using these beautiful wreath picks that I had picked up from Hobby Lobby, and these were very inexpensive. This big one was only $1.99 and the little one was only 99 cents. So very affordable and super easy to do. I just took some good pair of wire cutters, clipped the bottoms off, and then just added a boatload of hot glue to my wreath pick and then put it in the center of my bow and held it there until the glue sets. So now going in with my Waverly Antique Wax Paint and a stencil brush, I just go ahead and lightly dip my paintbrush into the wax and then just did some dry brushing over this entire picture frame just so that I could get that beautiful rustic look I'm going for. Now that that's all done, I'm just going to flip it around and I'm going to carefully move these tabs out of the way. Be careful because they're fragile sometimes. Putting the glass back into the frame, and then I'm just going to use some scrapbooking paper again from Hobby Lobby. It was a big day at Hobby Lobby for me, let me tell you. So the scrapbooking paper was just a little bit too big for my frame, so you just take the glass and then with some scissors and a pencil, just trace the glass and then cut the extras off, and then I just slip it right back into the frame. Now I'm going to glue down these 2 Jenga blocks onto our picture frame using super glue gel and a hot glue. That way I have that short-term, long-term hold. And this is going to be better support for our top hat. That way it can sit flat and even onto our frame. The last thing I do for this little project is add this cute little wreath pick with a boatload of hot glue and a little bell, which you will see at the very end of this video. We are down to the last project of the day, and let me tell you, if you are still with me, you're a rock star. Okay, for this last one, I had picked this up from Goodwill. It was $1.99, and as soon as I saw it, I had to get it because I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it. Now, you may not have a tin like this already at home, but if you have a tin or a bucket at all, you could recreate this look by adding some red paint on the bottom and on the top, and then you could add your own words right there in the middle. Like I said, it was a good day for me at Hobby Lobby because my husband happened to find this beauty over at Hobby Lobby on a bottom shelf. It was $17.99, but it was on sale and I got it for $10. How lucky am I? So I'm just going to go ahead and fill this bucket up with the scented pine cones. Now, I've never bought these kind of things before, but I am so glad I picked this up because y'all, this smells so good. It has orange slices, it has wood slices in it, it has like these like gumball type things. I don't know what y'all call them, but I mean, here in Texas, I think they call them gumballs or something. Anyway, I just filled the bucket up, made it look really cute and pretty, and it smells so good. I cannot wait to set this out and let my house smell so good the whole season long. So this is how everything turned out in the end, and let me tell you something, that bucket of smelly goodness is amazing, and that little tiny pumpkin actually came in with that mix of scented pine cones. This is also how our Frosty the Snowman hat turned out, and as you can see, I added the little bell. I told you I would show you at the very end of this video. Now, my oldest daughter thought that this was more of like the old school Christmas carolers type decoration rather than a Frosty the Snowman hat. But hey, you know what? You tell me, Frosty or carolers. Anyway, these Christmas tree decorations I thought were so stinking cute. Tell me down in the comments section which one of these was your absolute favorite, and if you plan on recreating any of these. All I can say is doing these crafts, these Christmas crafts, really has me so excited for Christmas, and I kind of wish that it was Christmas already. Like, I just can't wait. That is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the little bell so you can get notified anytime I upload a new video. Now, don't forget to scroll on down and hit that link to the next friend in the hop, and then keep on doing that until you hop all the way around to the very beginning. All right, y'all have a wonderful, blessed day. Bye.